Hey, what's up, guys? In this video, what I want to address is what it means to be, for me, being a real man and being empowered, just as a human. You know, this could be as well with ladies, but more so with males, because I think this is a legit problem that a lot of males are facing in our society, which is, just to be blunt, is there's a lot of guys who are acting like bitches. And what does that mean? Because bitch is like kind of a derogatory term. It means that we have a bunch of guys who are irresponsible, they're insecure, they lack confidence, they are too people pleasing, which means they are not basing their actions based on their own will and desire. It's based on other people's motivations that's projected upon them. And the last, which is also the most important thing, is a lack of purpose, which ultimately is, I believe, one of the contributing factors to what is known as depression. People who lack purpose in life. And I'll address that in a bit, because that's a very important one. But let me go back, which is, what does it mean to be a bitch? Now, I just mentioned everything that I believe it is. Now, everything that I mentioned, I was once myself. That's why I feel qualified to talk about this, because in my 20s, I was somebody who lacked total confidence. I was unfulfilled in life. I had no financially was not great. Had relationships with men and women, like women, obviously romantic ones, horrible. But even with guys, like to be friendly with guys was a problem with me even. So it was all around there. I projected everything outside of my locus of control, which means that I was not in control of my destiny. Everything was controlling me. That was the mindset I was in. And I didn't have the growth mindset where, you know, I continue learning and you continue learning new things, and eventually you'll come to a point where you can actually control your life and you have a degree of knowledge. Knowledge is power, correct? So I'll address the first thing, which is what the major mistake that a lot of guys face, which is avoiding responsibility. Okay, very important. We are responsible for ourselves and our immediate environment. So what we have to do is have the greatest effect or affect on our environment. And there's some things we can control and there's some things we cannot control. Okay? And it's not about being a control freak where we have to control everything, but it's about the things we can control, do it to our best ability. Things we can't control, and not stress on, you move on, okay? That's just the bottom line of what it comes down to in life about control. And being responsible is being responsible for things you can't control. There's a lot of things we can't control, like our appearance. Being responsible, our behavior. Our behavior is very much something we can control, and that's the major important thing there. So I'll just leave it up there. Be responsible, have good behavior. Insecurity and lack of confidence, again, something that a lot of guys lack, that makes them, quote, bitches. I'm just going to be real. And so insecurity, well, what's the opposite of insecurity? Is security. What is being secure? Is a degree of control, again, of your immediate environment. This goes back to being responsible. Security, responsibility, very much aligned. But the other thing about this I'm mentioning is the confidence aspect, which is a degree of emotion that you project into your environment, into your behavior, where you affect others. Confidence. It shows like you are you have a degree of skill, it's a skill level that you have in being confident. Now, I don't want to harp on that one too much. Obviously, you guys know all about that. You can fill in the blanks on that one. But again, that's what being a man is, and being not being a bitch in life. Have some confidence in life, okay? The other thing is being too people pleasing. I fell victim to this because I was too pleasing to my family. Like, they controlled me a bit too much. And obviously you want your family, like your parents, to have some degree of like advice. You know, have good advice from your family. That's no problem with that. But when it becomes like they're controlling what profession you want to do, or like what decisions you're making in life, that just shows that an insecurity on their part, projecting upon you that you're not a man enough to make those decisions yourself. Correct? So why don't we man up, not be a bitch, and make some decisions in our life, and not be pleasing to people. We you know, above, you're pleasing people above our actual, what we truly needs, our true needs. And and our needs are based on intelligence, not just like some erroneous desire. It's like, okay, this is what we need in life because it's smart, right? We're not going to put somebody else's motivations above that, okay? And lastly, I think this is a major problem with a lot of people in general, which is they lack purpose. I faced this after I finished university, of all things. I finished university very successfully, finished my degree, very good marks and everything. Came out of that degree and it was like, oh, what am I going to do with this? There's nothing. There's no jobs. This is bullshit. It was a bullshit degree. There was no purpose from that, right? On a little side note, like, I did get a lot out of that degree in ability to communicate, ability to write, and do lots of things, analyze things. And there's a lot I got out of that. But then it wasn't until after that where I eventually found what I'm doing now, and I found purpose. And my purpose is to help others. Literally, in my profession right now, that's what I do. My profession, somebody was actually criticizing this the other day, saying that I don't know how to exercise or something. I forget what he said, fitness or something. I'm like, in my mind, I don't want to like boast this, but like, my mind is, I'm a health professional in Ontario, registered health professional that has to do with fitness. So fuck off, essentially, my mind. But that's my purpose, and because of that, I can then feel like I have a base to tell you something, teach you something, you know. And I believe a lot of you have something that you could, again, tell me. So it's not a one-way street here, but based on that purpose and the basis of my ability to help somebody, I feel like there's no superior kind of virtue than to help other people daily in life, like I do. Last weekend, there was this guy from Afghanistan, of all places, and well, he's Canadian, but he's from Afghanistan, and I helped. He carries lumber for a living, so his lumber on this arm specifically. So this shoulder was fucked, and I made that shoulder feel better than it has in 20 years. You know, what greater feeling? That's a sense of purpose. A lot of people don't have this purpose. A lot of people in life, they are, I don't know what we do in life. They're, I don't know, it's a cashier or something, where like, I don't know, some low-level position somewhere. They just never exerted themselves into something that they wanted to do that actually makes them, they have a fulfilling lifestyle, and are actually financially gaining something where they're able to have some freedom in life. You know, finances and everything, but it is something, okay? So I don't want to ramble on too much on this video. I covered a few things, which is, one, be responsible. Don't be insecure. Have some confidence in life. Don't just please other people all the time, you know, over your own goals and motivations, right? It's okay to be disagreeable sometimes with people, to say no. People will actually respect you in the end, especially women. That's the thing. Like, if you're just pleasing your women the whole time, they're not going to respect you. I'm telling you. Obviously, there's a time and place to agree with them. I'm not saying don't do that ever, but that's a side note. Maybe another video. Lastly, have a sense of purpose in life, and if you don't already, aspire towards it. Move towards that. Grind. Be a warrior in life to get where you want to be. Where you only know in your mind. I can't tell you. Your mother can't tell you. Nobody else can tell you in life. Fucking do it, man. Just fucking do it. Somebody listening here might have a lack of purpose. Only you know inside, and just only you know what's required to get to that point. And if you don't, well, just do what you think and get there. Get there wherever you need to be in life, whatever is required, because that's how you be a man. That's how you're not going to be a bitch and let your environment dictate you. You dictate your environment, okay? What do you guys think about that? Am I trying to project myself in some strength that I'm not? I don't think so. These are things I learned. These are life lessons I learned. I'm conveying that to you. So what do you think about that? If you have any questions, comments, leave in the comments section below. Love y'all. Like always, peace.